So, how do you think that we begin to apply a professional system of self-discovery like yours to a young person whose inner world feels like it's governed by a past that they didn't choose?
As you were speaking, this thought came into my mind is that everybody was born with an identity. Labels came after. So labels have been given and shaped and molded for young people and all of us to, we think that the labels become us. Whereas when you were born, you maybe had one or two labels, and that was son or daughter. Child, like child of God, like you have some very important key foundational titles and labels when you were born. But ever since then, we just grow this added stack of labels from everybody else, what other people have told us, family members, friends, and then we've attached those to
Very
us.
true. Very
And
true.
so, in a process of self discovery, I was talking about this actually with a friend last week on a podcast, and we were talking about the concept of stories and how stories, especially from a caregiver's perspective, parent, grandparent, cousin, uncle, aunt, what have you, that stories have a powerful way of teaching principles to help individuals uncover who they are or what they have the capacity to do. And I'll give you, just as a person of faith, a story, like an example of this is we have the Bible. And what is it compiled of? A list of stories. God did not just say, I'm going to give you a bunch of principles. I'm going to give you stories to help teach you the principle. And so, as God, the Father, the master of helping people to uncover and realize who they are, I want to take the master's approach and use stories as a method to help teach correct principles. Because if we all know Deuteronomy and Exodus and they're laying out all the temple, like all the boring stuff and the metrics, like nobody reads that. And so if you get your favorite stories and you think about the principles that come from them, that's how he does it. And so if you as a caregiver want to help teach and uncover and help an individual to see something that they yet don't, stories I have found have become one of the most powerful ways to be able to convey those powerful
So true.
messages.
So, that's one of your practical tools for separating a person's value from their fear about past mistakes and limiting beliefs. I know that when I share a story about something I did or believed when I was young and how I discovered through my own experience and my belief that something that I came to believe about myself, and I share that story with my kids, that's way more powerful than telling them what to do,
Yeah.
right? How do you think we teach a child to move from becoming a victim of circumstance to an executive of our own thoughts and emotion?
Hmm. The first thing that comes to my mind is you have to be an example of doing it, or else there is going to be no. It is possible, and they can learn it. And kids learn things that their parents didn't teach them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want a powerful catalyst for faster and more powerful change, then you have to be someone who isn't a victim, somebody who is a master at controlling your own emotional response to certain circumstances or situations. Because you're exactly right that we don't have control over every circumstance. There are a lot of things that are out of our control, but the one thing that is within our control is how we think about it and how we respond to it. And when you choose to be the one to respond to a circumstance you had no control over, you become the captain.